Hi, my name is Oli and I'm a dog trainer and behaviorist, and in this video I wanted to discuss some aspect of resource guarding in dogs. Before we discuss dogs, we should remind ourselves that actually resource guarding is a totally normal behavior. In humans, for example, we see it all the time. Humans are the worst resource guarder on the planet. We put rings on people's fingers, we put locks on doors, we look after our children or our pets, and we keep an eye on them at all time. So we demonstrate resource guarding all the time, and it comes very naturally to us. However, when dogs start to demonstrate resource guarding, we do find it a little bit difficult. Very often we are the one who are actually feeding this behavior. So it's really important that we understand the effect that we have on our dogs. And so I would like to have a look at a few videos with you, and we can have a look at this behavior in more detail. So 3 puppies at feeding time. This is not one of my videos. This is taken from the internet. Video probably filmed by a breeder here. So those 3 dogs are made to run for their food, potentially not necessarily my favorite technique. But anyway, here's the food. There is plenty of it, but because there is plenty, obviously there's no problem so far. There's nothing to guard. However, as we tag along, we're going to notice some stiffness in the dog's body. If I was to pick up puppies out of those 3, I would probably pick up the one on the left here, who to me demonstrate the most emotional intelligence, quite smart moving away. I don't know what he sent or if it was the stiffness of the other dogs, but he knows something's about to happen. We can see a few signs of stress there, well-eye and mini freeze. Refer to my other video on signs of stress to see that in more detail. But again, something's happening here, and that puppy on the left is not too sure. Cleverly moving away, and here we sit. Freeze, boom. So it's just puppy teeth. It's not a big deal. But what did we just teach our dogs? We taught our dogs that, as you know, resource food should be guarded, and it's not necessarily the message that we want to send. We can keep looking at them. There is still a few signs of stress there, some uncertainty around food, lots of signs of stress actually going back and forth. Yes, just not an ideal setup for puppies. So for this next video, I would like to watch it with you first in silence, so you can really have a look at the whole thing, and then we will rewind and we will look at it again together. We will discuss it together. So the reason I wanted you to watch this movie first is because this is the sort of game we often play with our dogs, not really realizing what it is that we are doing here. So this dog doesn't look very happy. Closed mouth, ears back, avoidance here. Again, refer to signs of stress in dog, another video of mine. The toy gets thrown, and you can see here the dog demonstrates another sign of resource guarding, which is taking the toy away from the human. There we go. It's like taking your money to Switzerland. And then, and now we're going to understand why the dog's doing this. Is because we are teasing the dog. Playing tug of war is absolutely fine with your dog, but having the toy out of reach could definitely increase resource guarding in the dog. He thinks, he's not going to have it. So look at his behavior is different now. He's pawing the toy, he's marking it with saliva. His whole body is very forward on that toy. He does not want the humans to get to it, really. Look at he's putting his butt in the way. That's beautiful. Shaking it, having it. It's a low waggy tail here. There's a bow here almost, which we'll talk about in another movie. Freeze, freeze, freeze. You can see those mini freeze one after the other. Humans obviously is not aware of those signs, and so he's doing the same again and teasing. You wouldn't do this with a child. You wouldn't give a little girl a doll and then just, bring it up in the air and out of her reach. This will be a disaster for that poor little girl. Yet we do this with our dogs all the time. Look at this. Using his chin here to mark the toy. So next time you play with your dog, just look at the signs for what they are. Avoid teasing dogs. It might look like they're enjoying it, but really you're taking the risk to create some resource guarding. Right, so now let's play a little game. I'm going to show you a very short video of my dog Bernard and his friend Max. They are in the process of playing fetch with us humans. And I would like you to have a look at this video and tell me who's resource guarding what. So let's have a look at this together. So did you guess? Yes, in this case it was Max resource guarding his human Howard. Why? Because Howard is a ball thrower, and when you're an avid fetch player, of course having this resource is fantastic. Right, so a quick recap. If your dog is resource guarding things, remember it's not something that you cure, it's something that you manage. Don't force things out of your dog's mouth. It's dangerous and it will make things worse. Instead, swap either for food or even for another toy. And when you have a puppy, just make sure that you swap things around all the time, training and teaching your puppy that things come and go and there's no need to resource guard anything. I hope this was useful, and I hope you enjoy other videos of mine. Have a look at the link. I will put some other videos there. Speak to you soon. Bye.